Let's go to Alabama. Glenda in Alabama. Glenda, nice to have you on the show. How are you?
Oh, hello. I'm fine, and you?
I'm super. What's
Good.
on your mind?
I'm calling in reference to Rick in Buffalo.
Yes.
His voice, I'm so happy and so grateful. I said a prayer after he finished talking that God let me be born where I was born, in the household of people and friends that I've known since birth. And I'm a senior citizen now, and I'm so grateful that I wasn't born into that household or had to be kin to him or married to him. I couldn't live every day with the voice going around my eardrums every day in and day out, with that tone of voice and that sarcasm and the nastiness. It's just made me actually feel sick to my stomach. And I just heard this morning that a contract between one of the football players received, it was either $4 million, 4.5, or $14.5 million. The whole industry of sports is nothing but a gambling mess, and it's a lot of ego trippers out there that with a whole bunch of pride, and I just think it's a shame they get paid. I don't care what sport it is. They get paid all that money, and they can't keep on being in the spotlight forever because their health gets in the way at middle age and above. And to me, it's almost like just spitting in people's faces, this whole sports industry. I can't stand it. Why can't they go back to the days back in the 20s and 30s when they did it more for fun and entertainment, instead of a lot of them that play in these sports are bullies, and I won't say what else because I don't have the proof, but you can tell by the way they talk.
Glenda, shark! Glenda, quick, get to the beach, swim, fast, shark in the water, Glenda, please, get to the sand, get to the shore, Jaws!
As we sound the horn to start the final.
All right, so let me explain what just happened right there. All right, wow, Glenda in Alabama. Glenda, what that thing is, like, I didn't want to cut you off out of respect to how long you've been on this planet. So, you know when you watch the award show sometimes and people get up there and they won't stop talking, and then you hear the Jaws music come up, which is signifying to them that they're done? That's what happened to you. And then I just kind of embellish it to make it sound like you're out there in the water and you're not going to make it back to shore, and here comes that shark looking to eat you. Hey, Adam, pick up your cans really quickly. I want to ask you something. So that was Glenda in Alabama. Did you tell me prior to taking that phone call, was her story like she was just kind of surfing around and she just happened to stop on Rick in Buffalo?
Yeah, she was
TV?
just channel surfing, spending her day in the home, and wound up on Rick. Rick was screaming about, being with Vic's wife. She didn't like it. She called in and told me that, there's too much nastiness and that she doesn't like his voice, and she really wanted to tell you about it.
And she did.
And she did, because she saw the phone number on TV. This is another example of the simulcast bringing more ears and eyes to the program.
Glenda in Alabama. All right, Adam, thank you very much. Not only that, what she said was she didn't want the nastiness. She also made it very clear she thanked God that she was not his next of kin, that she was not related to him or married to him or under the same roof as him, and had to hear that tone of voice and the types of things that he was saying all day long.
Come get some, you bitches!
I think she was talking about that, Rick. So in other words, what she's saying is Rick is bad for sports. Rick is bad for sports talk radio. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm one of the guys who's been around since almost the advent. I'm here to tell you Rick is really good for sports talk radio. Rick is really good for this show. I'm not saying you have to like him. And she didn't. Imagine Glenda just kind of surfing around. Let's see what's on. All right, I kind of like sports except for all those guys who make all that money. Why can't it be like the 1920s? Did she say that? Why can't it be like the 1920s where they did it for the love of the game? I don't know, Glenda. Like, if somebody were to say to me, here's $10 million, do you want that money? My answer would be yes. Well, no, actually, my answer would be, what do I have to do to... Oh, you are some kind of dope. That just happened. Oh, my God. Oh! All right, now the thing about that is, hey, Alvin, go to Hawk and take his mouthpiece out of his mouth and wave it off. It's over, dude. You're done. No, bro, sincerely, I'm going to show my real empathy and be a leader here. Are you all right? Go ahead and put your headphones back on, dope. Dude, for those who are not watching on CBS Sports Network, but actually just heard that sound, what just happened, Adam Hawk?
I just walked headfirst into a giant industrial camera, and it got all of my dome and nothing else because I was reading something as I was taking it into you.
I think nobody cares why it happened. I think it's still shaking right now. I was just going to compliment myself on you and I having a conversation where I treated you well. I did not insult you. I didn't have to crack back on you. And then you walk in an email and you walk right into smack dab into that camera.
100% headshot.
Wow, bro.
I'm seeing stars, honestly.
No, I mean, I know it's kind of happened to all of us at some point, but never to any of us on air, I don't think. That was amazing.
The replay has the camera
I want to see the replay. Is there a replay? If you're watching on CBS Sports Network, I'm efforting the replay. And the sound that thing made, Hawk. I'm surprised he didn't go down. Look at the replay. You popping back into the camera is amazing. Hawk, so understand, we have these cameras on tracks, and they go around. And this one to my left is right in front of the door. Yeah, if you're not paying attention, that would happen. And he wasn't. Let's see that replay one more time. If you're watching on CBS Sports Network, run that back. Here's Hawk. Here's Hawk getting his dome cracked. Wow, bro. You're the gift that just keeps on giving. I'm going to resist every temptation to call you a dope. He walked right into that camera and got his bell rung. Bro, I'm not looking to make light of this in any way, but do the letters CTE mean anything to you?
They do. Bro, now.
You literally are in concussion protocol now, Hawk. That's great. Now he's going to be out of work for like a week. Dude, you're literally in the concussion protocol program. Our own camera. Dude, you're the EP of a radio/TV show. You know where the cameras are. At least you should. You're the producer. At Hitman Canadian. But not only that, that took away some of the steam from Glenda. Glenda came in with her fire. At Hitman Canadian tweets, is Glenda just Vic in NoCal's mom? Scott in Buffalo. Rick in Buffalo just got absolutely crushed by Glenda. Then it went bizarro. Lee in Vancouver. Glenda sounds exactly like I'd expect a Glenda to sound. Right. And the sound that Hawk made or the studio made when he slammed right into that camera made exactly the type of sound that I'd expect to be made if a guy walked right into a camera. I'm going to let that slide, though, Hawk. I'm just going to let that slide. Everybody gets one. So I'm going to resist the temptation to pile on. Let's go to Casey in Pensacola. Casey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Romy Rome?
What's up?
Hey, man, was that Rick in Buffalo or the Macho Man Randy Savage trying to pinch off a deuce? I mean, he's like,
That's not a good call. No. You don't like that call. I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
I would have allowed it myself, Casey, but I'm not the one with the button. Alvin DeLoro is. What was your objection to that, Alvin? Alvin, all right, fair enough. If Rex in Albuquerque had done that, he would have got run. But then to quote Hawk, it would have been on topic, in market, on brand. Alvin just said, dude, really? Pinched off a deuce? And you're asking me why I ran him? All right, I retract that. Glenda was in Alabama watching this show, apparently did not know the show, happened to stop in on Rick in Buffalo, and she was so infuriated and so revolted, she picked up the phone, she called the show, and she lit him on fire.
It made me actually feel sick to my stomach.
He actually made her feel sick to her stomach. And obviously, too, Casey, because he just, quote, pinched off a deuce. At Steve PHX tweets, Glenda was a breath of fresh air, even if it was from an oxygen tank. Here's what I feel badly about. If for some reason Glenda is still watching right now and she's going to start hearing this thing, or if for some reason Glenda is on TweetDeck right now and reading these things, she probably would not have any understanding whatsoever of what's going on. It'd be very unfortunate, and it'd be nearly impossible for me to explain to her what's going on. Then again, probably if you picked up the line, she's probably still talking about the 1920s and Prohibition. I don't know. I feel badly. She came from a really good place, and it came from her heart. She's at home. She's watching the show. She hears this guy who's just nasty and mean-spirited and wondering how that's going to help anybody, and voiced her concerns. And now you clones will do what you clones do. Jamie in Green Bay. Hawk says he's seeing stars. I doubt he can name any of them. Ruben Berry tweets, thank God it wasn't Flight Deck. Well, Flight Deck would have knocked that camera right out of the wall. Let me tell you something. Hawk lost that encounter. Flight Deck would have beaten that camera right into the ground. If the Flight Deck takes that head and he slams into that camera, that's the equivalent of a gnat on an 18-wheeler. That camera's down. Down goes the camera. Down goes the camera. Nicholas Todriff tweets, quote, there are days when the jungle is a freaking circus, and I love it. That's a great tweet. That's true. You know what I'll do? I'm going to get a replay of that camera encounter, that camera collision, and I'll tweet it. I'll get the video and I'll put it up on Twitter in case you're not watching on CBS Sports Network. If you are watching on CBS Sports Network, I hope I see it again. That was the sound of Hawk walking right into a camera on his way into the studio. Hey, Adam, look out for that camera. That was such a great moment. You all right, bro? How many fingers do I have up? What's your middle name? What year is it, Hawk? What day is it, Hawk? Where did you go to college, Hawk? Trick question. Where are you from, Hawk? What's your mother's maiden name, Hawk? What's your social security number, Hawk? What did you tell that person at the shoe store when you sent her back to get another size of shoes and you ran out in the street? You're not answering any of these questions correctly. He's in concussion protocol.